Where am I? There I am. Howdy. Oi yo. It's your boyo. We sure have been streaming a lot of Granblue this month. And we're gonna have to be streaming it a couple more times. Like 1 or 2 more times. Because of certain things that happened. Certain events that have occurred. Howdy, Crispy, how you doing? Oh man. Okay. This is fortunate, at least. Well, you know, $60 ain't much, but, you know, piled upon the other expenses that I may have expended this month, it sure doesn't pile up. But yeah, enough grieving. Let's get to reading. Oh, we're off to a great start. Let me sit down properly, actually. Wonderful. Don't you just love a good bit of arson to top off your day? A raging fire breaks out at a certain house, setting the tranquil night ablaze. A young boy crawls out from the ravaged building, fighting the suffocating smoke, and looks back at the destruction. Triple question mark. Brother! Oh no. What is in this pocket? Pull up. Oh, the keys. Well, let me put that there. Bunny! How did you get out? Thank goodness you're alive. I thought I lost you. It's gonna be okay now. I promised I'll protect you. From now on, I'll protect everyone, no matter what. Heart full of steely determination, the young boy's name is Galavan. Okay. Galavan pulls Bonnie into his arms. Holding her, she gives a small nod while tears stream down her face. It's a promise. Don't use that sound effect. That sounded like someone unsheathing a blade. The young girl mumbles weakly as the corners of her lips curve up ever so slightly. Hey Setsu, how you doing? Got another piercing weapon? Aww. Who are you aiming for? Who are you aiming for, Setsu? I hope you get them. I am like so close to a spark. Like literally. Hold on, let me show you just how close I am. 270. Soon to be 280 because I have tickets. But man, I gotta scramble. Many years have passed since then. Galavan has risen to the rank of Knight Captain in his homeland, the Kingdom of Montpix. Montby? With his exceptional swordsmanship skills, ingenuity, and reputation, he's able to turn the tides on the battlefield against Montby's enemies. Buy the scam? No, I didn't buy the scam yet. That's a last resort. I know it's a really good deal, though. Oh, wait. So you're the last one standing. go. Please, spare me. Oh. So no head? Paying no heed to the soldier's desperate pleas, Galavan swiftly slices his throat. Montby, there we go. You have foolishly trodden into our beloved kingdom of Montby and threatened our peace. Even death will not erase your sins. A moment of silence falls upon the battlefield as the soldier takes his last breath. Then, all at once, the knights of Montby shout in victory. Hey, party time! After thwarting off their powerful neighbors, Galavan and his knights return in triumph. Galavan is showered in praise, and bards weave song and tale to laud his heroics. Born from the flames, a hero rises. With spirits in tow, he slays his foes. Remember his name, for he is Galavan the hero. Oh wait, that was supposed to be a song. Oops. Well, I can't sing. Anyways, well, Reeks and Burns, that's how we're starting the event. That was a 5-second intro. If I've ever seen one. Chapter 1. The Flame-Born Hero, Galavan. According to the map, that weird rocky mountain we saw marks the border. Oh, wait, Montbix. I'm gonna flip-flop between translations this entire stream. Which means this must be the kingdom of Montbix. Hey, Almut. Omnia Forest. Basically, once we get through this place, we'll land right at the capital's doorstep. But it looks like the road up ahead is a long one. Make sure you say something if you get tired, you hear? We'll be fine. I'm more concerned about the black mist that's blocking out the sun. It feels like it's already a nighttime. Oh, yeah, I saw. Congrats. Happy arsonist boy. She's pretty good. Me too. The dark weather is starting to make me feel gloomy. It's been a year since the black mist has thrown the skies of the kingdom of Montby into darkness. The crew has come here to investigate the cause of this mysterious phenomenon. 10 years ago, the black mist attacked a village where wind shamans and their spirits lived together in harmony. It robbed the village's guardian, the celestial wind spirit, and the people of their rationality, plunging everyone into madness. Oh, I read that wrong. In order to save the village, Carla, the wind shaman, came back and used her powers to eradicate the mist. Afterward, she embarked on a solo mission to investigate the black mist, leaving behind her baby, Petra. Since then, Petra has shared her own journey in hopes of learning about the black mist and crossing paths with her mother. Oh, vexing. The mist that shrouds this country is of the same type that attacked our village. Oh. But it is weaker. Nowhere powerful enough to subjugate me.
そこなんですよね。
That's the strange thing, though.
長老様から聞いた話だと、黒い霧に襲われた地はもっと大変なことになるはずだし。
The village elders told me that when the black mist attacks, it usually causes extensive damage.
でも、この地が黒い霧に覆われているのも確かなわけで。
But despite the fact that this entire area is covered in it, things don't seem that different.
この国に住む方々に悪影響がなければいいんですが。
I just hope that the people who live here haven't been impacted too badly.
黒い霧について調べるにせよ、この霧を追っ払うにせよ、今は情報が必要だな。
Either way, we're severely lacking in information right now. There's way too many unknowns.
お前の母親も霧を追ってんだ。この国で調べ物でもしてりゃ、案外簡単に再会できるかもな。
Also, since your mom stays snapped at this stuff, we might bump into her sooner than later.
そうですね。このモンビクス王国の黒い霧は各地で噂になっていましたし。
You're right. Rumors about the kingdom of Montpix's black mist have spread throughout many areas.
でも、もし空振りだったとしても、失敗だなんて思いません。
Regardless, even if we come out of this visit empty-handed, I won't consider this a failure.
その失敗はきっと次につながっていますから。
Oh, that's a positive outlook.
何事も一歩前進です。
Every step we take is a step forward.
一歩前進か。おいらそういう考え方大好きだぜ。
That's right. I've always liked that positive thinking of yours. Petra's face lights up. Elmont looks around the forest with suspicion in his eyes.
どうも腑に落ちねえ。このオムニアの森は大層ご立派な精霊の加護を受けてるんだったな。
Still, something's off. Isn't Omnia Forest supposed to be protected by some great powerful spirit?
はい。私たちの村と同じくですね。
Yes. It should be just like my village.
天正の風霊と並ぶ強力な精霊。天正の奴隷の加護をこの森は受けているはずです。
This forest is blessed by the celestial earth spirit, a powerful entity on par with the celestial wind spirit.
天正の奴隷はオムニアの森だけじゃなく、森を有するモンビクス王国にまで五穀豊穣をもたらしているそうですよ。
Its blessing doesn't just cover Omnia Forest, but extends to all the land owned by the kingdom of Montpix, granting bountiful harvests.
そんな大層なもんがいるにしちゃ、随分と森が小さくねえか。
Don't you think this forest would be bigger if the Earth Spirit's blessing is that big of a deal?
それにどの木も元気がねえ。おそらく土の状態が相当ひどいことになってんぞ。
Not to mention none of these trees are looking good. The dirt's in pretty bad shape, too. Almont looks sadly at one of the shriveled up Colligare fruits.
あれ、そんな。
Huh? How? Wait. He bends down and touches the ground with her hands, worry plastering across her face.
天正の奴隷の加護がないというより、精霊の存在が感じられません。
The Earth Spirit's blessing isn't here. Or rather, I can't feel its existence anymore.
ま、そういうことだろうな。これも黒い霧の影響なのか?
Well, I'm not surprised. Think it's because of the mist swirling above our heads?
いえ、そんなことは。
No, it's not possible.
私たちの村の天正の風霊は、黒い霧に影響はされても、消えることはありませんでしたし。
Back in my village, the celestial wind spirit never left us, even when the mist attacked.
黒い霧の発生と精霊が消えちまってるのは全く別の問題ってわけか。
So, you're saying there's a whole other reason behind the Earth Spirit's disappearance?
どうも気なくせえぜ。このモンビクスって国は。
Something fishy's definitely going on in Montpix. crew approaches the capital. The scenery begins to take on life, and an impressive orchard of mulberry trees stands before them.
ほう、立派なもんだな。
Well, I'm impressed.
木に栄養が行き渡ってるだけじゃねえ。雑草の処理やら、枝の剪定やら、かなり丁寧に世話をされてんな。
The trees here aren't just getting more nutrients. You can see the weeds have been plucked and the branches are neatly pruned.
他と同様、天正の奴隷の加護は感じられませんし。
Still, the celestial earth spirit's blessing is nowhere to be found here.
誰かが思いを込めて大切に手入れを。
Rather, it looks like someone put in a lot of time and effort into taking... Oh no. Oh, this dude kinda looks like Suzaru. Ow.
なんだてめえ。どっか怪我とかしてねえだろうな。
What the heck? Hey, you alright?
ええ、お気遣いは。
Yes. So sorry about that.
誰ですか、あなたたち。この国境付近で何を。
Oh, he is very silly. I want to give him head pats. Wait a second. Who are you people? What are you doing here so close to the border?
もしや隣国のスパイですか。
Are you spies from the neighboring country? As the man jumps up timidly and assumes a defensive posture, Petra puts up both of her hands.
いえ、私たち別に怪しいものでは。
No, we're not spies or anything.
でも。
Huh? But... Hey, don't be racist. Against the runes. What, just because he's in a rune, you think he's a criminal?
お前、今こっち見て。
Hey.
視線そらしただろ。
Oops. Hey. Why are you avoiding my eyes?
いや。
No, I'm not. Hey, eyes up here, buddy.
まあいい。悪人面っつう自覚はあるしな。
Whatever. I know I don't look like the nicest guy in town.
だが、俺たちは旅の貴公子だ。多少柄が悪くても、スパイなんつう怪しいもんじゃねえ。
We're skyfarers. Even if we look a little rough around the edges, we're not up to no good.
それより俺たちからすりゃ、突然木の上から降ってきたお前の方が、よっぽど怪しい奴に見えるぜ。
Speaking about suspicious people, seeing you suddenly fall down from a tree is plenty suspicious if you ask me.
ああ、それはその。ごもっともですね。
Well, I suppose you have a point.
申し遅れました。僕はピトゥーカと申します。以後お見知りおきを。
My apologies for the late introduction. My name is Pituka. It's a pleasure to meet you all.
ピトゥーカさんは木の上で何をしてたんですか？
May I ask what you were doing up at that tree, Pituka?
この木のお世話です。枯れた枝葉を剪定したり、栄養を与えたりとか。
I was taking care of it by pruning off the dead leaves and providing some nutrients.
それじゃあ、この辺りの木を大事にお世話してたのはピトゥーカさんだったんですね。
So that means you're the one who's been taking care of all the beautiful trees in this area.
精霊の加護がないのに、この辺りの木だけは立派に育っていて、びっくりしてたんです。
We were so surprised to see how well they're all growing despite not having the celestial earth spirit's blessing. Pituka shuffles bashfully at Lyria's compliment for a moment, before quickly looking up in shock.
精霊の加護がない？
There's no blessing?
ちょっと待ってください。それ、この森に天正の奴隷の加護がないってことですか？
I mean, have you looked past this orchard? Wait a moment. Are you saying this entire forest doesn't have its blessing at all?
もしかして気づいてなかったのか？
Did you not notice before?
でもそうか。だからこんなにも土地が痩せ細っていたのか。
If that's truly the case, And it all makes sense. Explains why the soil has been unhealthy.
私は風通しを務めていて、天正の風霊と契約を結んでいるんです。
Apologies for the interruption, but I'm a wind shaman, and contractually bound to the celestial wind spirit. Wait, the celestial wind spirit, so there's only one?
だから、精霊についてなら、他の人よりも分かることが多いんですけど。
I'd say that I know a bit more about celestial spirits than the average person. I'm something of a shaman myself.
風通しあなたがあの
You're a wind shaman?
ピトゥーカさんは、モンビクス王国の方ですよね。
If you don't mind me asking, is it safe to assume that you're a citizen of this country?
天正の奴隷の不在について、何か知っていることはありませんか？
Can you tell me anything about the absence of the celestial earth spirit?
はい。その天正の奴隷に愛想をつかされた理由には心当たりがあります。
Yes, well, it could be that the celestial earth spirit has exhausted all of its love.
愛想をつかされた。天正の奴隷との関係に何か問題が？
Exhausted all of its love? Is there a problem with the connection between the citizens and the earth spirit? In response to Petra's question, Pituka becomes visibly uncomfortable and looks away.
実はこの国、モンビクス王国は
The truth is, the kingdom of Montpix is...
貴様ら、そこで何をしている?
Are you there? What are you doing?
ああ、今度は何だってんだ?
What is it this time? All of a sudden, two knights cautiously step towards the captain and the crew, eyeing them.
我々はモンビクス王国の国境警備隊だ。口の利き方には気をつけることだな。
We are the border guards of the kingdom of Montpix. I suggest you watch your tone.
改めて聞くが、ここで何をしている? 不審な集団だが、まさか敵国から送られたスパイか?
Spike, huh? Once again, I demand you all to state your purpose. Your group clearly looks suspicious. Are you spies?
またスパイか。どうもピリピリしてんな。
Calling us spies again. You're all seriously testing my patience.
おいらたちは貴公子だっての。スパイ扱いすんじゃねえ。
We're skyfarers. Why the heck does everyone think we're spies? As the guard becomes increasingly more suspicious, Pituka speaks up in a shaky voice.
少しいいですか?
Can I say something?
これは。ピトゥーカ王子まで、ここで何を?
Oh my. Prince Pituka. What brings you here?
ピトゥーカ王子?
Prince Pituka?
あなたたちが職務に忠実であることは理解しています。
I understand that you're all faithfully carrying out your duties.
ですが、彼らは風通し様のご一行です。怪しい人物たちでないことは、王子であるこの僕が。
But this group is traveling with a wind shaman. As the prince, I can testify that they're not
失礼ですが、ピトゥーカ王子に身元を保証されまして。
My apologies. But even with your guarantee as the prince, we cannot turn a blind eye to these strangers.
4年前のエウレルの件のことを我々は忘れていませんよ、王子。
We haven't forgotten what happened with Iriel 4 years ago.
しかし今日のようなめでたい日にこんなところで遊んでいるとは。我々が王都までお送りしましょう。
In addition, it's unusual to see you alone out here on such an auspicious day. Allow us to escort you to the capital.
Pituka quickly resigns and allows himself to be sadly taken away. Seeing Pituka's dejected expression, one of the guards snorts with disapproval before turning to the crew.
おい、貴様らも一緒に王都まで来てもらうぞ。
Hey, you're coming with us.
面倒なことになったが、ひとまず目的地は変わらねえか。
Looks like we're getting a little entourage on our way to our destination.
誤解を解くのは王都に着いてからになりそうですね。
I'm sure we can talk it out once we arrive at the capital. You know, and if words won't work, then violence will do the trick. With that being said, the group make their way to the capital of the Kingdom of Montbic to clear their names. In an austere temple that reeks of damp earth, a young man is packing his bags with explosives. Oh. He slings a quiver and bow adorned with an amber crystal onto his shoulder before heading outside. The crew has entered the capital of the Kingdom of Montbix with their escort of guards.
ずいぶん通りに人が多いな。いつもこんなに賑わってんのか?
Wow, it's lively here. Is it always this packed?
今日はモンビクス騎士団団長ギャリバンの爵位授与式、そのパレードが行われているのだ。
Today, Captain Gallivan will be awarded for his victorious feats, hence the parade.
Suddenly, the excitement of the crowds gathered on the side of the road reaches a pitched fervor.
見よ、今あちらから来られるのが炎から生まれしモンビクス王国の英雄ギャリバン団長よ。
Look, here comes the flame-bowman hero and the Kingdom of Montbix's pride, Captain Gallivan.
The onlookers wave their hands as a dignified man makes their way forward on a majestic horse.
親愛なるモンビクスの民よ、こたびの栄誉は皆に支えられたからこそ成し得たもの。感謝する。
Beloved citizens of Montbix, it is all thanks to your support that we've come this far. My gratitude knows no bounds.
かつて我がモンビクス王国は養蚕に頼った辺境の小国に過ぎなかったが、
Once upon a time, Montbix was no more than a small remote country that harvested silkworms.
しかし彗星のごとく現れた英雄ギャリバンによって
But then
モン
when
ビクス
you...
王国は生まれ変わった。
But then when you came in like a shooting star, the country was reborn.
類いまれなる剣技だけでなく内政にまで才を発揮し、
Not only are your swordsmanship skills second to none, but your talent for leading internal affairs has been invaluable.
富国強兵、産業の進化により隣国との戦にも連戦連勝、国力は高まる一方である。
With military power, industrial expansion, and consecutive victories against our enemies, our country's strength has reached even greater heights.
それもこれも英雄ギャリバンの武勇と知恵、王国への献身あればこそ。
We've only come this far because of Gallivan's skills, knowledge, and endless sacrifice.
その功績をたたえ、世はギャリバンに公爵の称号を与えようぞ。
With those achievements in mind, I hereby grant you the title of Marquis.
As the crowd cheers in honor of Gallivan, Princess Layla gives a broad smile.
民衆の心を掴んで離さない。ギャリバンはまさしく英雄ですね、お父様。
He's captured everyone's hearts. Gallivan is a true hero. Don't you agree, Father?
そうじゃな、ライラ。
Indeed, he is, Lila.
While the celebration continues, Gallivan spots the border guards weaving through the crowd.
ギャリバンよ、どうかしたのか。
Gallivan, is something the matter?
陛下、少々失礼いたします。
Your Majesty, please excuse me for a moment. Gallivan halts the parade for a moment and clears a path through the crowd to speak with the guards.
この者たちは
Who are these people?
オムニアの森にて隣国のスパイとおぼしき不審者を捕らえました。
Sir, we believe these people to be spies sent by our enemies and captured them in Omnia Forest.
After studying the captain and the crew carefully, Gallivan smiles.
この者たちはスパイではない。自由にしてやれ。
They're not spies. Release them.
しかし
Excuse me, sir, but...
家族や兄弟を装うにしては年齢も人数もいびつすぎる。
If they've attempted to disguise themselves as a family, then the ages and members don't make any sense.
それに子供やドラゴンも連れていては悪目立ちし、スパイ活動には適さないだろ。
Also, bringing along children and a dragon is a surefire way to stand out. Not exactly spy-like behavior, wouldn't you say? Hey, he called Viren a dragon, that's a first.
心配する必要はない。責任は私が取る。
Worry not. I'll handle them. Heeding Galavan's order, the border guards immediately released the crew.
君たち、窮屈な思いをさせてすまない。
My apologies for the rough treatment.
いえ、全然です。
No, it's okay.
ありがとな。話が通じるやつに会えてよかったぜ。
You really saved us back there. I'm glad we finally met someone who understands. Upon seeing Pituka loitering behind the captain and the crew, Galavan quickly bows his head in respect.
ピトゥーカ王子、彼らとお知り合いだったんですね。
Prince Pituka? These must be your acquaintances.
ああ、うん。
Right.
ありがとう、ギャリバン。風闘士様たちを解放してくれて。
Well, thank you, Galavan, for releasing the Wind Shaman and everyone.
それよりも体調を崩しているとお聞きしましたが、ご回復なされたのですか？
More importantly, I was informed that you were feeling ill. Have you recovered already?
いや。
Huh? No.
今朝方から貴様は寝込んでいて、それゆえパレードは欠席していた。そうだな、ピトゥーカよ。
You've been asleep since morning and couldn't attend the parade. Isn't that right, Pituka?
お兄様。
Brother. The King of Monpix and Princess Layla have joined the group. Their tone far too cold for an average conversation between family members.
僕のことはいいですから、どうぞパレードに戻ってください。
Don't mind me. Please, return to the parade. Apathetic to the conversation, Bonnie impatiently tugs on Galavan's sleeve.
王子様がいいって言ってるんだからさ。ほら、戻ろう。
Well, if the prince said so, let's go back.
ああ、それじゃあ。ピトゥーカ王子、失礼いたします。
Right. Very well then. Please excuse me, Prince Pituka.
我が息子ながら相変わらず情けない。
My son is as disgraceful as ever.
国境警備隊は引き続き職務に戻ってくれ。
Guards, return to your posts.
はっ！お前たち、もう紛らわしい真似はするなよ。
Yes, sir. Hey, you guys, don't try to pull any funny business now, you hear? Pituka glares at the guards, who proceed to leave without as much as an apology. Then he turns to face the crew, this time without the same nervousness from earlier.
いやー、皆さんが無事に解放されて本当に良かった。
I'm really glad they let you all go without much trouble.
だけど、恥ずかしいところを見られちゃいましたね。僕なんかじゃ何の役にも立たなくて。
But you all saw quite an embarrassing side of me. I'm really sorry for not being able to do anything.
それは構わねえが、どうも妙な国だな。
Nah, it doesn't bother me. What's weird is this country.
お前を王子としてまともに扱ってたのはギャリバンとかいうやつくらいだったろ。
The only one who showed you any respect was that guy named Galavan.
しかし信じがたい光景でしたね。モンビクス王は実のお父様なんですよね。
It was a bit of a shocking scene to witness. The king is your father, right?
ええ、まあ。ですが僕は陛下にとって何の価値もない人間ですから。
Yes, that's right. But to him, I'm completely worthless.
武勇もなく知恵もない。そんな王子は今のモンビクスには必要ないんです。
I can't use a sword, and studying's never been my forte. Monpix doesn't need a useless prince like me. As Pituka gazes at the crowd cheering for Galavan, a small pained smile forms on his lips. A young man stands on top of a bell tower, knocking an arrow into his bow and looking down at the crowds with pity. Time for a wake-up call. Idiots. The parade resumes in full force as Galavan raises a fist up triumphantly at the people. Brother! Hearing Bonnie's tense voice, Galavan reflexively shields the king with his own body. A mere fraction of a second later, an arrow rips through the air and sinks itself deeply into Galavan's left arm. Well, that didn't last long. Galavan! Your Majesty, Princess Layla, go inside the building. But Galavan, you're bleeding. Do not worry about me. This wound is nothing. Galavan scans the surroundings while barking out orders at his knights. Leave the enemy to me. Evacuate the king and the princess. Just sir. As he watches the crowds disperse left and right in chaos, the young man scratches his head in frustration. Galavan, you again. Whatever. Struggle as you want. He throws a small explosive device high up into the air before shooting it with an arrow.
What the heck's going on?
I have no idea, but I have a feeling it's going to get worse. Let's hurry and help evacuate everyone. The captain nods in agreement with Lyria. Pituka, over here. We need to get to safety. The crew immediately springs into action and evacuate the citizens while watching the skies closely for more attacks. While guiding the citizens to a safe spot, Elma tries to pinpoint the attacker's location. Oh wait, hold on. This is internal. Considering we're dealing with a bow, the enemy's got it positioned somewhere on a rooftop. Give me the trajectory of the second shot. It must be coming from a high location, one that overlooks the entire parade. Elmut's eyes narrow as he spots a young man jumping down from the bell tower onto the street, bow in hand. Gotcha. Captain, I'm going after him. As soon as Pituka registers the young man that Elmut is chasing, his breath catches in his throat. Euril? That's impossible. Euril is...
待ってください、エルモートさん。彼はエウレルはもう。
Wait, Elmot! That guy, Erel, he's... Oh, that's in the distance. Hold up. Get back here!
その先は行き止まりだ。いい加減観念して。
It's a dead end. So just give up and...
はあ、いきなり声かけてきて観念しろとか何なの？
Excuse me? Who are you to be telling me what to do?
あ？お前。
Huh? You're...
弓も持ってねえし、さっきのガキじゃねえ。どこで見失った？
There's no bow. And this person's nothing like the guy I saw earlier. Did I lose him already?
悪いな。人違いだったらしい。
Sorry, got the wrong person.
ま、それならいいけど。
Be careful next time.
失礼ついてた。この辺で弓矢を持ったガキを見かけなかったが。
This might sound like a weird question, but have you seen a kid running around here with a bow?
エルモートさん、さっきの族は。
Helmut, that attacker. Huh? The words get lodged in Pituka's throat as his eyes widen in shock at the young girl standing in the alleyway before him.
フランなの。
Is that... Wait. Is that you, Fran? But how?
久しぶりだね、ピトゥーカさん。
It's been a while, Pituka.
知り合いか？ならそいつは任せたぜ、ピトゥーカ。この辺りにはまだ族が。
You two friends? And I'll leave it to you, Pituka. The enemy's probably still around.
フランは僕の友達です。
Fran was my friend 4 years ago.
4年前に死んだはずの。
Before she died.
あ？
What?
やだな、ピトゥーカさん。死んだんじゃないでしょ？ 殺されたんだよ、私。
Oh, Pituka. Don't muddy the details now. I didn't just die, you know. I was murdered.
フラン、なんで君は。
Fran, how is this possible?
またね。
Oopsies. Gotta go.
おい待て、話を。
Hold up. We're not done talking. Oh, when you gotta go, you gotta go. Fran flashes a wide grin at the two before vanishing into thin air.
なんだこりゃ。
The hell's this? Helmut's hand shoots out to grab the girl, only to come up empty except for a small bundle of silk threads. As he's left pondering over the bizarre situation, a red crystal in his pendant glows faintly in response. Later, if the parade comes to an abrupt end, Galavan is in the room examining his wounds. Bonnie watches with worry as he rotates his arms around in circles.
この体を張ることでモンビクス王を守れたんだ。万々歳じゃないか。
He was able to protect His Majesty by putting my life on the line. We should rejoice that the king is safe.
まあ、それはそうだけど。
I mean, of course.
しかし、あの時は助かった。ありがとな、ボニー。
But if it wasn't for you, I might not have made it in time. Thank you, Bonnie.
なんか感じたんだよね、ビビって。
I just felt something in my gut. Like a little zap.
なんだ、その、ビビってのは。
A little zap?
ねえ、それよりさ、犯人に心当たりはあるの？
Don't worry about it. Anyways, do you know who the attacker might be?
多少心当たりがある。
I have a hunch.
無茶しないでよね。ボニーにとっては王様よりお兄ちゃんが大切なんだから。
Either way, don't push yourself too much, okay? You're way more important to me than the king.
お兄ちゃんは騎士なんだぞ。この国の王を守ってこそだろ。
I'm a knight, you know. It's my job to protect His Majesty.
でもさ。
But still...
大丈夫だ。お兄ちゃんに任せておけって。
Everything's going to be okay. Trust me. As Galavan pats Bonnie's head reassuringly, he spritzes a bit of marigold perfume into the air.
この香りを嗅ぐと、やっぱり落ち着くな。
The smell of this calms me down every time.
ボニーも大好き。
Me too. I really love it.
After taking a few more deep breaths, Galavan makes his way to the captain and the crew to discuss the situation. Hold up. I'm gonna take a bit of a break.
みんなもお兄ちゃんのことが大好きなんだね。
Okay, we should be back. Upon entering the room, Galavan thoughts find only the crew but also Pituka gathered there.
Pituka Oji, ご無事で何よりです。
Prince Pituka, thank goodness you're safe.
ギャリバンこそよく陛下を守ってくれましたね。
Right. You too, Galavan. Thank you. You did a great job protecting the king.
騎士の務めですから。
Of course. It's my duty as a knight.
役者が揃ったんなら始めるぜ。
Well, if everyone's here, then let's get started.
まず俺は鐘楼の方に弓を持った怪しいガキを見つけたんだが。
First of all, I want to talk about the suspicious kid with the bow I saw on top of the bell tower. Elmot explains how he cornered the attacker, only to find a young girl instead. Somehow, the girl disappeared to thin air, left behind a bundle of silk threads.
ピトゥーカ曰く、そいつの名前はフラン。4年前に死んじまってるそうだな。
Apparently to Pituka. Her name's Fran, and she apparently died 4 years ago.
はい。あれは間違いなくフランでした。でも、どうして？
Yes. I have no doubt in my mind that we saw Fran. But I still don't understand how it's possible.
フラン。あの少女か。
Fran. Ah, that girl. Elmot's ears perk up at Galavan's words.
4年前。そういや、これも4年前か。
Speaking of 4 years ago, didn't that other thing happen too?
国境警備隊のやつが言ってたな。4年前のエウレルの件で、ピトゥーカを信用できねえってな。
The border guards were yapping about some situation with Errel 4 years ago, and how they can't trust Pituka.
そうですね。
That's correct.
教えてもらおうじゃねえか。4年前、この国で一体何があったのか。
Why don't you two tell us what happened in this country 4 years ago? Under Elmot's insistent gaze, Galavan hesitates for a moment, before slowly letting out the words tumble out of his mouth.
4年前、この国で連続殺人事件が起きた。
4 years ago, there was a serial killer on the loose.
その犯人の名はエウレル。モンビクス騎士団の新米騎士だった少年だ。
His name was Erlel, a young man who had been recruited to join the knights.
エウレルは騎士団の仲間や商人をはじめ、
Erlel's first victims were his first knights. Oh, for his fellow knights and some local merchants.
ライラ姫の婚約者であり、当時騎士団の副団長を務めていたスティーブン殿。
Later on, he targeted the vice captain of the knights and Princess Layla's betrothed, Sir Stephen himself.
そして自らの幼馴染であるフランを殺害し、遺体をオムニアの森に埋めた。
And finally, he laid his hands on his own childhood friend, Fran, before burying her body somewhere in Omnia Forest.
これが4年前に起きた忌まわしい事件の全容だ。
That is the grisly tragedy that happened 4 years ago. For a while, the room is heavy with silence, as the ghastly details rob everyone's ability to speak. Finally, Petra blurts out a question.
でも、どうしてそれがピトゥーカさんと関係があるんですか？何もピトゥーカさんに落ち度は。
But can you explain how Pituka is involved in any of this? I don't see how he fits in.
エウレルは僕の友達だったんです。
Yo.
Errel was my friend.
エウレルがそんなひどいことをしているなんて全然気づかなくて。
But I truly had no idea he'd committed such heinous crimes.
最初の被害者が出てからもフランと一緒にオムニアの森で遊んだりしていて。
I remember I was spending time with Fran in Omnia Forest when news of the first victim surfaced.
でも僕は今でもエウレルがあんなことをするなんてどうしても思えなくて。
And to be honest, even now, I find it hard to believe that Elril had it in him to do such a thing.
そういや、最初に族を見つけたとき、お前、エウレルって呼んでなかったか？
That reminds me, when you first saw the attacker, you yelled the name Elril, didn't you?
はい。
That's not...
遠目だったし、
His name is hard to
確証は
pronounce.
ありませんが、なんかそんな気がして。
I did. He was a distance away, so I can't guarantee it was him. But I just had a feeling.
今度はエウレルか。
Elril again.
そいつがまた現れて王様を狙ったってことか。
Elril.
だったら早く捕まえねえと。
Doesn't that mean he's come back for the king? We better get a move on and stop him.
いや、エウレルもすでに死んでいる。この国の平和のために、私がこの手で処刑をな。
No. Elril has been dead for quite some time. In order to protect this country's peace, I made sure of that myself.
死んじまった奴は蘇らねえ。事実、フランは俺の目の前でほどけるように消えやがった。
The dead can't come back. But the reality is that I saw Fran. She disappeared in front of me, like threads unraveling.
鍵になるのは、おそらくこのキートだろうな。
And I bet these silk threads are the key to something. As if in response to the threads, the green crystal embedded in Petra's staff lights up.
これは
What the?
俺のペンダントも同じような反応したんだが、何か関係があんのか？
My pendant reacted the same way. Makes me wonder if there's some sort of connection.
となれば、ペンダントの赤い結晶は私が持つものと同種の赤晶石と呼ばれるものかもしれませんね。
This means that the red crystal in your pendant is similar to the one I have.
赤晶石。風闘士が持つ緑晶石の色違いか。
I suppose my crystal's just a different color from yours.
色違いというか、属性違いです。私の村に天正の風霊が、この地に天正の奴隷がいたように。
Rather than labeling it a different in color, it's more like a difference in properties. It's like how my village was blessed by the celestial wind spirit, and this land has the celestial earth spirit.
天正の華麗の加護を受ける地と、下等市も存在するそうです。私も詳しくは知りませんが。
I'm sure there exists a land guided by the celestial fire spirit and fire shamans, although I'm not too familiar on the topic.
このペンダントはボスコから渡されたもんなんだがな。
All I know is that Bosco gave me this pendant.
それじゃあボスコさんはもしかして下等士だったんでしょうか？
Then it's possible that Bosco was a fire shaman?
どうだかな。先祖がそうだったってだけかもしれねえ。
Who knows? Maybe it was just one of his ancestors.
だが、まあ、これ代わりに取り憑かれてたからな。なくはねえ話だぜ。たく。
And again, the guy was head over heels for college air, so anything's possible.
Meanwhile, Petra gently cradles the silk threads in her hands and focuses on them.
このキートから天正の奴隷の力を感じます。
I can sense the celestial earth spirit's power.
オムニアの森からは感じられなかったのに。なぜでしょう。
But back in Omnia Forest, I couldn't feel anything. I wonder why.
As the wind shaman caresses the threads with her fingertips, an idea suddenly pops into her mind.
これはあくまで可能性ではありますが。
This might be nothing but mere conjecture, but...
フランさんとエウレルさんの偽物は、このキートによって形作られていたのかもしれません。
I think someone might be creating fake versions of Fran and Eurel, using these threads.
そのキートで、それじゃあ陛下を狙って二人の偽物を作ったのは。
So you're saying the culprit wove copies of those two to target the king?
土等子。少なくとも天正の奴隷の力を使えるやつってことだな。
It's either an earth shaman, or at least someone who can use the celestial earth spirit's powers.
4年前の事件。土等子。天正の奴隷。
We have the incident from 4 years ago. An earth shaman, and possibly the celestial earth spirit. After summarizing their discussion, Galavan stands up from his seat.
飛空士の方々、それにピトゥーカ王子。
Skyfarers, Prince Pituka.
必ずや我らモンビクス騎士団が賊を早急に捕らえ、事件を解決してみせましょう。
I swear that the knights of the kingdom of Monpix will swiftly capture the enemy and bring an end to this chaos.
Oh, Sir Galavan, Prince Pituka, His Majesty calls for you.
わかった。今向かう。
Understood. I'm on my way.
それでは私はこれで。失礼する。
I shall take my leave now. Excuse me.
ピトゥーカ王子、行きましょう。
Prince Pituka, allow us to depart. Right. Once the two exit the room, Petra turns her gaze to the black mist outside the window and lets out a heavy sigh.
おい、大丈夫か?
Hey, are you okay?
すみません。大丈夫です。
Oh, sorry. I'm fine.
黒い霧について調べに来たはずなのに、なんだかとんでもないことになってしまって。
I was just thinking about how our black mist investigation has turned into something far more ominous.
でも、精霊の力が悪用されているかもしれない以上、放っておくことはできません。
But if someone out there is using the Earth Spirit's powers for evil, he mustn't turn a blind eye.
Despite her bold words, the worry on Petra's face betrays her.
私、信じていたいんです。精霊の加護が悪い人に与えられることはないって。
I want to believe that the Earth Spirit wouldn't give its blessings to a criminal.
天正の奴隷の力を使う土等子もきっと悪い人じゃないって。
I'm sure this Earth Shaman is a good person.
Seeing the dejected Petra, Elmot flashes a crooked grin.
信じてやればいいじゃねえか。信じてやらねえと見えてこねえもんもあんだろ。
There's nothing wrong with wanting to believe. You need to have a little faith if you want things to work out.
真実がいつも分かりやすいとは限らねえ。二重三重にややこしいこともある。
Besides, the truth isn't always so clear-cut. It's often more complicated than we originally expected.
そういう時こそ最後の最後まで信じてやらねえとな。
When that happens, all we gotta do is keep believing until the very end.
はい、エルモート先生。
You're right, Mr. Elmot.
誰が先生だ。こんなもんただのザレ事だとでも思っとけ。
Again with the mister? I told you not to call me that. Uh-oh. The sound of stifled sobs piques the crew's attention, as everyone swivels around to see Pituka standing there.
てめえは何してんだこら。王様に呼ばれてんだろうがよ。
The heck are you doing there? Don't you have some business with the king?
刺さりますね。さっきの言葉。とっても。
That doesn't answer the question, Pituka. Alrighty, Cyber Angel, how you doing? Welcome in. How you been?
What you said just now really spoke to my heart.
っていうか、何しに戻ってきたんだ？忘れ物か？
But why did you come back? Did you forget something?
こんな時になんなんですが、ペトラさんおっしゃってましたよね。
Good, how are you?
モン
Honestly,
ビクスの黒い霧を調べに来たと。
I'm a little tired. I don't know why. I got really excited once I got that 100 pulls, but then I found out that they were scripted. And now I'm like, oof. I'm a little dizzy / drowsy. So, you know, if this event doesn't pick up, then, you know, I'll shelve it and, you know, maybe continue it tomorrow. Because the premise definitely seems interesting. Yeah, I know. Perhaps this isn't the best time, but Petra, you said that you come here to study the Black Mist, correct?
Hi.
That's right. I'll try my best to get up to, like, the 3rd chapter. But if I can't, then, you know, I won't push it. I have something I must...
Who wants a drink? You're gonna need a drink. Who needs a drink? You're gonna want a drink. Drink. Suck it up.
Yep. I need a drink. Thanks for the hydrate, gotcha. I have something I must tell you. Will you please wait for me here? With a resolute look in his eyes, Piduka turns around and rushes to the throne room. Monfix Exingia. Kingdom in Darkness. Darkness? Chapter 2.
Gariban 身を挺して世の命を守ってくれたこと、深く感謝するぞ。
Gariban, I'm deeply grateful that you threw yourself in the line of danger to protect me.
私からも礼を言います。ありがとう、ギャリバン。
Allow me to thank you as well, Galavan. You truly saved us.
なんとももったいなきお言葉。騎士として当然のことをしたまでです。
Please, there's no need to thank me. I'm simply fulfilling my duties as a knight.
して、怪我の具合は
So you say. But what of your injury?
かすり傷にもなりません。お気になさらぬよう。
'Twas merely a flesh wound. There's no need to worry.
なんとも頼もしき英雄よ。
What a dependable hero you are.
こたびの一件、早急なる解決に尽力いたしますゆえ、お心安らかにお待ちください。
I'll make haste and use every resource at my disposal to put an end to the current situation. So please be at ease, Your Majesty.
そなたの活躍に期待しておるぞ。
Of course. We expect great things from you.
Yes, Your Majesty.
ギャリバンよ。話は変わるのだが。
And one other thing, Galavan.
The king approaches the kneeling Galavan and gently takes his hand.
我が娘ライラと結婚し、ゆくゆくはこの国を治めてはくれぬだろうか。
God damn it, it's like the opposite of Cedric. Please don't be like Cedric. I love how everyone's making memes about how he's a loser. Well, I mean, I guess they did a good job. He's a well-written character if they were intending to make a dislikable piece of shit. So bravo, writers, you succeeded.
Will you do me the honor of marrying my dearest daughter Layla and govern this country?
What?
お父様。
Father?
いや、これは前々から考えていたことでな。
I've been thinking about this for a while now.
こたびは幸い命があったが、これから先何があるかわからんであろう。
My life has been blessed with fortunes up until now, but no one knows what the future holds.
国の未来、
That rhymes.
心残りがあっては死んでも死にきれんではないか。
I won't be able to rest in peace if the country is not in capable hands.
ギャリバンのように忠誠心厚く強き男でなければモンビクスの平和を守ることなどできん。
There's no one else as loyal and powerful as you are, Galavan. I cannot entrust the country to anyone else.
そなたも肌で感じているであろう。これは世の思いだけでなく民意であるぞ。
And it is not just I who wishes for this, but the people themselves as well. Surely you feel this warmth within your heart as well?
陛下、私には過分なお話でありますが、どうかご容赦願いたい。
Your Majesty, perhaps what I am about to say is out of line, but I do not deserve such an honor.
なぜだ。その理由を聞こう。
Why? Tell me your reason.
孤児であった私を引き立て、騎士団の団長にまで育てていただいたご恩は、片時も忘れたことはありません。
Not for a moment have I forgotten the generosity you've shown me by taking me in as an orphan and raising me to become captain of the knights.
ですが、スティーブン殿の事件からまだ4年。
However, what happened to Sir Stephen was a mere 4 years ago.
表面上は笑顔をお見せでも、婚約者を失ったライラ姫の心の傷はまだ癒えていないはず。
Though she may smile now, I'm afraid the loss of her fiancé still pains Princess Layla.
ギャリバン。
それに王位を継ぐのは長子であるピトゥーカ王子でなければなりません。
Furthermore, the only rightful heir to the throne would be your eldest son, Prince Pituka.
私のように身寄りもない男が王になるなどあってはならないのです。
A man like me with no blood relation would be greatly unfit to become the next king.
自らのことよりもこの国を憂うその人間性。
What this country...
それこそが今必要なのだ。
What this country needs is someone who will sacrifice everything for it.
今すぐに結婚しろとは言わん。だが婚約は進めさせてもらうぞ。
Brit, I'm not ordering you to marry my daughter immediately, but we will proceed with the engagement.
しかし、
Your Majesty.
ああ、ダメだダメだ。世はもうそなたの話は聞こえん。
You know, this is a one-way trip to regicide if I've ever seen it.
Enough, Galavan. I won't hear another word from you.
The king ignores Galavan's protests and leaves the throne room.
ご安心を、ピトゥーカ王子。王命であろうとも先の件、私は不承知でありますから。
Rest assured, Prince Pituka. Even though His Majesty has given such an order, I have no intention of carrying it out.
いいんです。僕のことは。
It's fine. Don't mind me.
ギャリバン。あなたは間違ってる。
Galavan, you're mistaken.
私が何を
About what, if I may inquire?
スティーブンさんの件は確かに私の心に傷跡を残した。
You're right that losing Stefan was truly painful for me.
でもね、今はもうその傷は癒えたの。
But that's already the past. My heart has moved on.
ギャリバン、
You...
あなたによって。
Oh. Her cheeks red, Princess Layla rests her head against Galavan's chest.
ライラ姫。
Princess Layla?
お父様の申し出を受けて、私はあなたと添い遂げたいの。
Please accept my father's wishes. I want us to be together. Galavan notices Bonnie peeking out from a gap in the curtains and stiffens up. Yeah, what's her deal? Meanwhile, Pituka wanders around the castle grounds aimlessly, his gait unsteady under the weight of his emotions.
どうしてこうなんだ
Why is this all happening?
僕にもっと勇気があれば
If only I had the courage. Oh, that's supposed to have a filter on it.
さあ、シャキッと歩かんかこの殺人鬼が
Move it, you damn murderer!
俺はやってないねえなんで信じてくれないですか
I didn't do it! Why would anyone believe me?
エウレル
Errol.
近くにいて殺人鬼の正体も見抜けぬとはつくづく愚鈍なやつよ
The murderer is this close, and yet you are blind to his actions. You a fool you are indeed.
エウレルのことは金輪際忘れよ奴をかばおうなどしてみろ
Erase Errol from
後ろ
your
から
mind.
叩き出すからな
Erase Errol from your mind. If you try to defend him, I'll have you thrown out of this castle.
あの時も
And then there was that time.
ピトゥーカ
Pituka.
その悪いな今の俺に王子様と遊んでる暇は
Sorry. I don't have time to entertain the prince right now.
本当にフランを殺したの
Did you really kill Fran?
聞いたよ罪を認めたって
I heard that you admitted to the crimes.
なんでフランをどうしてだよエウレル
Why, Errol? Why did you kill Fran?
あの時も
And that time too.
僕はずっと
I've always
口なしだ
been a weakling. Alone, Pituka falls down to his knees as waves of regret and sadness over his own cowardice pummel him. With Galavan at the helm, the Knights of the Kingdom of Montpix are set to capture the attacker and ease the nerves of the increasingly frantic king. Using meticulous organization and investigation methods, they've acquired several shocking eyewitness reports.
Stephen 殿だと
This time it's Sir Stephen, you say?
はい4年前の事件で亡くなったスティーブン元副団長の目撃情報が上がっています
Yes. According to the report, many people saw the late Vice Captain Sir Stephen.
目撃者は他に何か言っていなかった
Did the witnesses say anything else?
その場からパッと消えたとか一房のキートが残されていたとか
Did they mention him disappearing without a trace? Or leaving behind silk threads?
キートについては報告が上がっていません
Silk threads? No, the report didn't mention anything about silk threads.
しかしスティーブン元副団長が目の前から消えたとの話は幾人からも証言がありました
But several people can corroborate his sudden disappearance.
風通しの一行だったからこそあのキートに気づいた可能性もあるか
The Windshots group most likely noticed the silk threads due to their attentiveness.
それを踏まえればスティーブン殿もフラン、エウレルと同様キートで形作られた偽物
Based on that piece of information, it's likely that Sir Stephen was a fake made from threads like Fran and Errol. While Galavan is lost in thought, another knight comes running in, panicked.
また新たな目撃情報が集まったのですが、どうにも受け入れがたく。
We've just received new information, but it's very difficult to wrap my head around it. Knight hands over a report with the names of those cited at the parade. Every single person on the list is deceased.
これほどまでたやすく目撃情報が集まるのも不可解だ
It's puzzling to think that we're able to gather eyewitness reports this easily.
虚偽の可能性は
Could some of these possibly be fabricated?
その可能性は低いかと思われます。皆死人が現れたと怯えていたぐらいですから。
I don't believe so.
people may cower in fear of the dead, but their eyes don't deceive them.
賊は死人の姿を使い、何を狙っている?
What is the enemy's purpose for using the dead? Curious, Galavan scans the list of names again. His eyes stop on the name of a person who died the longest time ago.
その者はオムニアの森で起きた反乱騒動の首謀者ですよね。確か夫婦ともども処刑されたはず。
If I'm not mistaken, that person used to be the ringleader of the riots in Omnia Forest. Both the husband and wife were executed.
ああ、つまり賊は4年前の事件とオムニアの森の騒動の両方に関わる者。
In other words, the enemy has some sort of tie to both the riots that happened in Omnia Forest, as well as the incident 4 years ago.
だが、なぜこうも我らに情報を与える？捜査を攪乱するためか？
But why would the enemy hand out such information so easily? Is it to confuse us?
挑発してるんじゃない？お兄ちゃんを。
I bet the enemy's taunting you, brother.
私を？
Taunting me?
だってさ、ほら、捕まえられるもんなら捕まえてみなって雰囲気ない？
Doesn't it kind of feel like they're saying, come on, catch me if you can?
オムニアの森の騒動って10年ぐらい前だっけ？
It's been 10 years since the riots, right?
お兄ちゃんたちが国を強くするためにオムニアの森を切り開いて工場を建てようとして。
I remember you were trying to help the country get stronger by clearing out land to build factories over there.
それが原因でオムニアの森に住んでた人の一部がめっちゃ怒っちゃったんだよね。
The people in the forest were livid about that, though.
まあ、その怒ってた人たちはみんな死んじゃったけど。
Not that it matters, since they all died in the end.
生き残りがいたらお兄ちゃんや王様の命を狙うことだってあるよ、絶対。
But whoever managed to survive is probably coming after you and the king.
生き残り。オムニアの森の。
Someone from Omnia Forest who survived.
やはりお前なのか。しかしお前はこの手で確かに。
It must be you. But I killed you with my own hands.
Galavan mutters under his breath before heaving a long sigh, looking out from the reports.
パレードの最中、放たれたのは一子。
That arrow back at the parade.
私がかばわなければ、矢は確実に陛下の頭部を射抜いていただろう。
If I hadn't shielded His Majesty, he would have been shot in the head, no doubt.
それほどの腕前を持つ人物といえば、君たちは誰を思い浮かべる？
We're dealing with someone of exceptional marksmanship skills. Does anyone come to mind?
以前、オムニアの森で猟師をしていた者たちでしょうか？
I believe there used to be people who hunted in Omnia Forest.
私も同じです。彼らならば弓矢の扱いだけでなく火薬にも詳しいでしょうし。
That rings a bell. I think the hunter used archery and explosive devices. Wait, what? What the heck? What did I press? Oh no, no worries. We can just find wherever we left off. There we go.
彼らならば弓矢の扱いだけでなく火薬にも詳しいでしょうし。
オムニアの森で騒動を起こしたのは森に住まう者たちの一部だ。
Only a small portion of the residents of Omnia Forest started the riots.
残った者たちが徴用された工場はどこだかわかるか？
Are you able to find the factory that the survivors were assigned to? Yes, sir.
まずは現実的なものから可能性を潰す。奴の亡霊に構うのは最後だ。
For now, I need to work with reality. Save the paranormal for later. Gazing up at the black mist shrouding the skies, Galavan vows to protect his country from harm. Dance like a typhoon. Oh wait, hold on, echo. Dance like a typhoon. Come forth, celestial wind spirit.
I fail to understand your logic.
I know, but please, just once.
Foolish girl.
Pituka stands in awe as he watches wind swirling around Petra in time with her chants. This is the true power of a wind shaman. Heed my wishes. Grant me your power. Drawing from the celestial wind spirit's endless power, Petra faces the black mist in the sky. The next moment, a powerful blast of wind whips through the atmosphere, piercing a hole in the mist to reveal the blue sky. How long has it been since I last saw the sky? The captain and crew smile at Pituka as he takes in a deep breath, allowing the sun to warm his skin. Oh no. But just as quickly as the sky appeared, it disappears once again behind the thick black veil. I guess it didn't work.
I warned you. The black mist that covers this land is the same kind that attacked the village. This isn't some weather phenomenon that can be easily solved. You must strike the problem at its very core.
Right.
I
was hoping we'd have a chance. I suppose it's not that easy.
Regardless, it was an attempt. As you often say, it is a step forward, no?
Absolutely. Thank you so much for indulging me.
There is no need for thanks.
The prince looks up again at the black mist, his expression pained. I always thought that this was divine punishment from the celestial earth spirit. Divine punishment? When I was a child, Montbix was a peaceful place, lush with nature and blessed with the dazzling sun. Silk threads were our main form of export, and we had amicable relationships with the countries around us. But one day, Galavan returned victorious after winning a skirmish against one of the countries near our borders. I see. That explains why Galavan received so much support.
That victory set the wheels of change in motion for the king and the country. Oh! I pressed the home button. Okay, yeah, we're gonna finish this chapter and then I'm gonna like call it. It seems like I'm way too tired for this.
Thisがこれまでのような協調を重視するものから強硬な態度に国の方針は変わりました。
Our national policy went from one focused on cooperation to adopting a hard-line attitude.
そうして起きる他国とのいさかいにもギャリバンは連戦連勝、やがて内政にも関わるようになって。
More battles and repeated victories from Galavan gave the government even further impetus for change.
ギャリバンと陛下は富国強兵策を掲げ、それを強引に推し進めたんです。
Galavan and the new king's policies have pushed the country into focusing on economic and military expansion.
富国強兵?
Economic and military expansion?
国をより豊かに、より強くすることです。それだけだと聞こえはいいですが。
On paper, it sounds nice because they're helping the country prosper financially and become stronger.
実際は王国を歴史ごと漂白して塗り替えるようなめちゃくちゃなものがほとんどでした。
But in reality, they're revising Montbix's history. It's absolute madness. Sounding defeated, Pituca continues to recount the events that have transpired.
新たな産業を取り入れるためと、モンビクス王国伝統の養蚕を全面的に取りやめ。
In order to break into new industry, Montbix decided to give up its traditions and ceased all productions of silk.
精霊の伝説が残るオムニアの森もどんどん切り開かれて、薪にされたり、工場を建てられたり。
If the forest is sacred, then of course something's gonna happen if you burn it down. They razed the sacred Omnia Forest and turned it into space for factories.
オムニアの森と共存していた者たちは、祖先からの土地、仕事を捨てるよう命じられました。
All the people who lived in Omnia Forest were forced to abandon their land and businesses that had been passed down for generations.
そのことで、10年ほど前には反乱も起きたりして。
Naturally, the people couldn't take it anymore, which led to riots 10 years ago.
モンビクス王国にはもうかつての面影はありません。精霊に愛された国はもう。
Today, Montbix doesn't even have a shred of its former self. The country that was once loved by the Great Spirit is now gone.
そして僕は変わっていく王国を見ながら何もできなかった。
And while all of this happened, I couldn't do anything but stand and watch.
そしていつしかモンビクス王国の空を黒い霧が覆い隠すようになったんです。
Then before I knew it, the black mist shrouded the country.
それでタタリだと。
And that's the divine punishment.
はい。
Yes. Well, would you look at that, the consequences of our actions. Maybe we shouldn't have desecrated a holy land for the sake of capitalism. Pituca gazes at the ever-shrinking Omnia Forest, laughing pitifully at himself.
でも、たたるどころか、天正の奴隷はとっくにこの地から姿を消していたんですね。
Whether it's truly divine punishment or not, it doesn't change the fact that the celestial earth spirit has disappeared.
そうですね。このオムニアの森に精霊の加護は感じられません。
True. I couldn't feel the earth spirit's presence at all with Omnia Forest.
それとも、今起きていることこそたたりなのかな。
And perhaps the real divine punishment is what's been happening lately.
フランにエウレル。 この地を愛した者たちの姿を借りて、天正の奴隷が僕たちにたたりを。
The celestial earth spirit is using Frand and Eroel, the land's former beloved children, to carry out revenge. In a soft voice, Petra begins relaying her story to the oppressed Pituka.
私が赤ん坊の頃の話なんですが、
When I was just a baby,
突如として発生した黒い霧に、ふるさとである風闘士の村が飲み込まれたことがあったんです。
Okay, you heard about this. What? I forgot, how did they dispel it? A look of deep concern sets into Pituka's face as he listens.
自我を失い狂気に陥るなんて、そんな恐ろしいことが。
To think that it would cause one to lose their own self and fall into madness is terrifying.
風闘士の村を襲った黒い霧と、このモンビクスの黒い霧はどうやら同じものです。天正の風霊が言うには、村を襲ったものよりも薄いらしいんですけど。
Yeah, that's where the confusion comes from.
でもこの地に住んでいる人たちに何も影響がないとは思えません。だからきっと今回の事件の原因はこの黒い霧にあるんじゃないかと思うんです。
この黒い霧に。
If that's the case...
私信じることにしたんです。天正の奴隷も土闘士もきっと真実を見つけるために最後の最後まで信じ抜くんです。ですよね、エルモート先生。
Oh, wait, Elmot's here?
妙な懐き方しやがって。
Enough with the mister already.
そうですね。天正の奴隷はきっと。
You're right. I'm sure the celestial earth spirit is good too. A bit of ease returned to Pituka's face as he guides the crew into the forest.
自己満足のようなものですが、かつてのモンビクス王国の面影を少しでも残すべく。
Although I do this mostly for my own satisfaction, I can show you all a little relic of Montpix's past.
誰も世話をすることができなくなった蚕をこっそり森で育ててるんです。
To tell you the truth, I've been secretly raising silkworms in the forest.
蚕だからマルベリーの木のお世話をしていたんですね。
ええ、蚕の主食はマルベリーの葉っぱですから。
That's right. They eat the leaves.
見えましたね。あの小屋で蚕たちを世話しているんです。
You can see it from here. That little shed over there is where I take care of the silkworms.
もしかしてなんか傾いてる小屋か？
That shed looks kinda crooked though.
そうです。昔友達と一緒に作った
Oh no.
秘密基地なんですよ。
Were those friends Fran and Eruel? It's not the finest. I built this place with some friends as a secret hideout many years ago. Pituka's lips curl into a bittersweet smile. Brings out a box of silkworms from the corner of the room.
今はまだ幼虫なんですけどね。ここからさなぎになって最後は蛾に成長するんですよ。
They're still babies right now, but soon they'll become pupa, and then moths.
どうです？ふわふわしてて可愛いでしょ？
What do y'all think? Aren't they so soft and cute?
可愛いかどうかは置いといてよ。この虫が吐き出す糸が生糸になるのか？
I don't know if
初めて知ったぜ。
I don't know if I'd call them cute, but do these little guys really spit out silk? It's my first time hearing about it.
幼虫の作った繭を大切にいただいて長く滑らかな糸にするんです。
We make silk by carefully harvesting the larva's cocoons.
この子たちの祖先はモンビクスが養蚕で栄えていた頃の蚕で。
Actually, all the silkworms you see here came from the ones back in Montpix's sericulture days.
風闘士様ならこの子たちから何か分かったりしないかと思いまして。
I thought perhaps you could use your wind shaman powers and see if you can find anything out from them. Silkworms, the green crystal in their staff emits a faint glow.
あの生糸と同じ天正の奴隷の残滓を感じますね。 でもさっきのお話からすると、天正の奴隷さんがこの森からいなくなったのはずっと前ですよね。なのにこの子たちにも力や加護が残るものなんでしょうか。それはもしかすると蚕と天正の奴隷には何らかのつながりがあるのかもしれません。
何らかのって結局何が起きてるんだよ。
Something's going on. We're left with more questions. What takes a picture book out? Is it the very hungry silkworm? There's the celestial earth spirit depicted as a colossal rock-like figure next to a shrine. Oh, so this is the earth spirit, huh?
岩、荒々しい土の力を体現しているんですね。
その絵本の挿絵は伝説に語り継がれる姿なので、実際がどうかはわかりませんが。
The image depicted here is based off what the legends say, so we don't truly know what it looks like.
なんだ？何か気になることでもあんのか？
What? Something catch your eye?
この祠の形。
祠？ってより、こんな岩山みてえな。
Shrine? It's more like a rocky mountain if you ask me.
地図によると、やっぱりさっきの変な岩山が国境の目印。
あの岩山か。
That mountain.
どうもおかしな形をしてると思ったら、祠だったのか。
I thought it looked strange. Who knew it was a shrine?
天正の奴隷を祀る祠。
Might sound
ここなら
confused over there.
今回の事件につ
And so, using the picture book as a guide, the group heads out to the celestial earth spirit shrine. Okay. Now it's speedrun time. Uh-oh. Galavan visits one of the factories and asks the workers if they know any skilled archers. Etherwill's name once again comes up, despite being killed by Galavan several years prior. Soon after the conversation, a shout erupts from outside. Galavan rushes out and finds one of his knights severely injured, claiming that Etherwill attacked him. Yeah, I am interested in the story, though. Chapter 3, Cold-Blooded Killer, Etherwill. Leia is in the middle of teaching a class at the Night Academy when Stefan and Franz suddenly appear. They announce the desire for revenge before disappearing to make way for Etherwill. Etherwill mocks Layla and agonizes over how she didn't listen to him in the past. Word that the Night Academy's lecture hall is on fire reaches Galavan, and he rushes to the scene. Upon arrival, the instructor tells him that Layla prioritized the children's safety over her own and succumbed to the fire. Oh. After hearing Etherwill is responsible, Galavan clears his mind with some perfume and heads to Omnia Forest to find him. Oh, she dead. Uh-oh. Captain and the crew visit the shrine, surprised to see it's been maintained by someone. Petra detects a strong force from the celestial earth spirit, only to find a single silkworm on the altar. As soon as he touches it, a vivid, intense, raging fire flashes across her mind's eye. It's the worm. The group is left wondering. If the silkworm was trying to send a message. After Petra explains that a shaman must be someone who has a deep connection with the land, Vituka suggests that perhaps Etherwill is an earth shaman and didn't die. He goes on to explain how he wants to believe that Etherwill is innocent and would never kill Fran. With their newfound information, the group leave the shrine only to be ambushed by Etherwill himself. Oh, no battle? But...
私はなんてうっかり者なんでしょう。
Backup requests. Are we fighting Eruel? Well, we'll never know. Oh, Agastia. Okay. Well, it seems like the story is picking up, but yeah, that doesn't change the fact that I'm tired. So, well... Hopefully I feel like picking this up tomorrow. Because I do want to know what happens, at least. And plus, you know, there's also the fact that, you know, maybe not every event can be super exciting. But this is probably my fault, and not the events. Because I'm eepy. So I'm gonna eep. Oh wait, which also probably means we shouldn't raid anyone. Yeah. Sorry. So yeah, good night everybody. See you maybe tomorrow. Let's just do this battle real quickly. Wonderful. There we go.